is for you to forecast for the future. You want to know if the company, for you to forecast statement of financial position, what is the main purpose? What is the objective? Is for you to determine if the organization or if the company will have a cash balance at the end of the period to run the business in the following year, or they have to go on overdrafts, right? That is the objective. Now, payable. The next thing is payable. That is why I say, okay, let's put overdraft here. So, and our payable will increase in line with what? In line with operating expenses, right? Operating cost. Now, let's quickly go back and check. Don't forget, I said we'll end this class by 11, right? Mm. Oh God, I don't know why this thing did not save. Okay, it's fine. So you can see the operating cost, right? By 4%. You can see operating cost is 4%. Now, when you look at this part, you can see the ratio of the trade receivable, trade payable to operating cost is the ratio of trade payable to operating cost. And operating cost is 4%. We increase by 4%, and that is the ratio. Now, we'll come down here and see what is our trade payable. The trade payable is 7,336. So we will increase it 7,336, right? 7,336, right? 7,336. So when you increase it, what do you have? Figure. Hello?
7629.
What do you have?
7629.
7629. Okay. Come in 7629. Okay. You increase this one too with the same amount because we're not told that it will remain stable, right? Times 7629. So what do we have?
7934.
7
934.
what?
7934.
7934. Please confirm. So this is overdraft.
Correct.
Balancing figure. Did you approximate this? The first one. So this should be balancing figure. So we want to know if they will have either a cash balance or an overdraft at the end of it. So the next, what next? What next? We have equity. Equity. Equity, right? So we'll go back to the financials. What we're given in the question, equity. Before equity, we still have what is it called? Dividend, right? We have dividend, we have loan. Okay, let me put dividend as part of short-term loan. Short-term, this dividend, that is the declared one. I will not put it. Okay, let me just put it like this so that you understand. So we go back to our workings. You can see this is the dividend declared in this part, and this is the dividend declared in this part, and this is what we will use. Can you see it? That is why I said this will be used in the statement of financial position. The other one will be used in the statement of what? Cash flow statement. So you copy it. Dividend declared. I've explained the reason why it's like that earlier, right? Okay. So that is the dividend declared, right? So I think this is all about current liability. Then we go back to non-current liability. Non-current liabilities. All right, so we go back to what we were given in the question, or the non-current liabilities. So let's quickly go back So non-current liability given to us in the question. Coming. So can you see it? Non-current liability, we only have one, which is bond. Can you see it? We have only one bond, right? Now the bond will be for from now till what? 2029. Is that not so? Class. It means that this liability will remain till 2029. So in some cases, if it is, ICANN may decide to change it to 2025 or may change it to 20, may just leave it in 2022. So which means that you don't need to carry it forward in 2023. You can see, ICANN may decide to change it to 2022 or 2022 and 2023 or just leave it at 2022. Right? Which means that you can only carry it forward for 2022, but in 2023, you can't carry it forward, right? So we can go there and say bond. What is the figure? 8,000. So we carry it forward for the 2 years because the bond is for 2029. Our bond, right? Which is debenture, 8,000. 8,000. Right? So that is settled, right? So the equity part, we go back to the equity. 4 minutes more. Okay. We go back to the equity quickly. So the equity, what we have in equity, please, okay, screenshot this part. We have ordinary shares and retained earning, right? Ordinary shares and what? And retained earning class. Ordinary shares and retained earning. If not because of that stuff that I did not say, we would have finished this question. Okay. Ordinary shares, and I have the intention of starting this adjusted present value tomorrow, but with this now, I just have to complete this question. Ordinary shares and debenture. Please give me figure for the ordinary shares. What is the ordinary shares? Do you have the figure? No? Okay.
That's the figure carried over.
Yes. 16,700 and 12,482. Does not,
Yes.
you can see 16,700, right? Look at this figure is for 2021. 16,700 we will carry, that is the ordinary share capital of the business. But guess what? Your retained earning will actually change, right? One, because you take this retained earning of 2021, you take it to 2022, and the retained earning of you have a retained earning in 2022 already. Is that not so? You add it together. Class, am I communicating? This is ordinary shares. You take it forward.
Yes, sir.
But in the retained earning, this is the retained earning of 2021. You take it to 2022. And 2022 have retained earning. Is that not so? You add the two together, we give you the total retained earning for 2022. Am I communicating, please? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry,
So
sir, please recap.
this is 16,700. I'm coming. Abi? So this is 16,700 because this is the ordinary share capital of the business, right? So why did I put the venture? Retained earnings. Now, open bracket. This is 2022. Is that not so? In 2021, you have a retained earning. Will you forget that retained earning? So when you are doing your statement of changes in equity, the one of 2021 will be brought forward to 2022. Is that not so? So what is the figure brought forward to 2022? 12 what? What is the figure brought forward to 2022?
12,482.
Okay. 12 for 8 what?
82.
82.
12,482.
82 plus the one of 2022 class plus the one of 2022. So we go back to the financials, to the income statement. Where is the retained earning? The retained earning is what? 6 what?
6693.
Thank you. 6693. We'll add it together. 6693. Okay, give me figure. Quickly, give me figure.
19
1917
5. Now, so please, if you have question, unmute your mic. If you have the floor. Unmute your mic and ask your question. Let me put it to you again. You have 50 naira today, right? Tomorrow now, when you make more money, is that also? You will add it that you have 15 naira yesterday, 15 naira plus today, is that also? And that is what we're doing. You take it forward. In your statement of changes in equity, your profit, your retained earning for last year will be brought forward to this year, right? Then you add this year, you add it together, right? Quickly, so that we can end the class. So this is for 2022 class. This is for what? 2022. Is that also? Now, for the one of 2023, this now, you brought it forward to 2023. Is that also? So we have 19,175 plus what is the retained earning for 2023? You go back and check.
9084.
God bless you. God bless you. 9084. 9084. When this class shortly. 9084. So what do we have?
28259.
28259. Class, you can't see this approach of solving questions. You can't see it in textbooks. Go and check. Even go and check the Pathfinder. I can't go and check. My suggested solution is always different. Everything is always different. Do you know why? Because I always put something in such a way that I will understand. So once I understand, I can teach. I can tutor. I can teach you. Right? And that is what Next Gen Professional Association is providing. Please try to understand it. Right? Try to understand each topic. Don't forget, each topic has its own word, format. Principle. Please, principle is very important. Now, this is all the total equity. Is that also? These are the total equity. Now, in this case now, we can now do what? Now, we can now test. Don't forget, all this will be from your equity and liability. Okay, what is the total? Now, let's check. Total equity and liability. Femisire, are you still on this call?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, that's fine. So now, total equity and liability. This is your equity. Is that also? Equity and liability. This is your total asset here. Now, we need to get a balance. We want to know the one that is greater. We want to know the balancing figure. We want to know if we will have an overdraft or we will have a cash balance at the end of the period, because that is the objective. Now, in this case now, we will add, now, class, add the total assets for 2022, total assets 2022, right? Then you add to equity, add total equity and liability, then you look for the difference. Which one is greater? Equity and liability. Are you getting the gist? So 2022, which one is higher? Is it assets? Is it liability? So add the total assets for 2022. The total asset for 2022, what do you have? Let me show you.
55565.
Okay. 50 what?
55565.
55565. This is the total asset. Now, class, What is the total liability? What is the total equity and liability for 2022? Start from this place. You can see 7629, 2950, 8000, 16700, 19170. What is the total?
51,504.
Which one is greater? 51
504.
504. Now, which one is greater? Which one is greater?
Liability.
Which one is greater? Assets.
Asset.
Oga, are you sleeping? It's assets, right? Now, what does that indicate? See, that is what understand this thing. What does that indicate? It indicates that you will have a cash balance at the end of the period because your total assets, you have enough money, you have enough cash to pay your equity, to pay your liability at the end of the period. So when the total asset is greater, you have a cash balance. But when your liability, equity and liability is higher, you have an overdraft because the question is, how will you finance your business? Use an overdraft. Class, am I communicating? Total asset is higher. What is the difference, class? What is the difference? Balancing figure, cash balance.
4061.
Forward. Forward. Hello? Hello, class? Hello? Are we still together? Hey. Please unmute your mic. I can't hear you.
We answer. The network is quite unstable. That's why.
Okay. That's fine. Please, someone should. Okay, the total asset now. Okay, the total asset is higher. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is the total asset, right? Sorry. The total asset is higher. Oh, there is a problem. Class, there is a problem. What it means is that Color PLC has borrowed money because when your asset is increasing, what will happen to your cash flow? We decrease. You can see they have their assets. What they have is higher than their equity and liability. Class, what they have, the total assets that they have is higher than their equity and what? And liability. Now, what does that indicate? That is the question. What does that indicate? It indicates that Color PLC has been financing its assets, right? Has been financing its assets with your equity and as well as what? Liability. Liability. Where did they get the money from? It is an overdraft. Don't forget the objective. Either you can get the cash balance or you have an overdraft. Because don't forget that the company did not want to go into debt. They want to use an overdraft. So either you have a cash balance or they have an overdraft at the end of the period. So what it indicates that they have borrowed money to do what? To buy assets. Class. So sorry about that. I didn't see it early. Overdraft. So what is the difference? What is the difference? Quickly.
404.
40
61.
40
61.
4061. Okay. 4061. Okay. Where is it? Balancing figure. 4061. So you can confirm this figure again when you are doing it again so that you can confirm again. So now when you add everything together here, so you don't have, there's no overdraft here, there is no cash balance here because the total asset is there. So what is the total? 55656. So we have test this and we have this figure here. Before we go, oh no. So we come back to this side. The total asset is 5 because we have included that figure there, 55656. Class, are we still together, please? Are we still
Yes, sir.
together? Okay, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So is it not 55565?
Is it 55? Please, you guys should check this calculation now, I beg.
It's on the bottom is 55565.
Okay. This is 5, Abi. 5,
565.
5, 6, 5, 6, 5. Okay. Please add 35975 plus 9922 plus 975 9759. Is it 55565? Hello?
Yes, it is. It's
Okay,
five. It's
okay.
656. It's 656.
Okay, it's 656, right?
Yes.
Wow. See, that's why I say you should confirm 656.
I noticed that I don't know if it's my calculation anyway, but I noticed that the one for the equity does not look correct. So I was getting 54,000 even before the deduction.
Okay, so what is the difference now? So it's 656. So what is the difference? Pemisire, you gave me that figure, right? What is the difference now?
4152.
The equity and liability is actually 54,455. I don't know if I'm calculating it wrongly.
54,
455.
4, 5, 5. Please, someone should confirm this figure, please. So we can go. Are we good? What is the difference?
1201.
1201. Okay. That is the overdraft because the asset is higher, right? So they've been financing the assets with equity and liability, right? So where did they get the money from? If their asset is higher than their equity, the money that they contribute to the business as well as the liability, where did they get it from if it is not an overdraft? Class. So the next one, let's check for the next one. Who is that? Benjamin. Let's quickly check the
Yeah,
next
please. Sorry,
one.
I'm dragging us back, please. My network threw me out at some point. This overdraft balancing figure, that's 1201. How did you get it, please?
This is it now. My oga, I'm coming. This is the balancing figure. See, the total asset for 2022. Look at the working. Can you see the workings? The total asset for 2022. Can you see it? Minus, let me say minus. You can see. That is the balancing figure. Total assets 2022 minus total equity and liability. That is when you have balancing figure. So why do you have it like that? Is because total asset is higher. You have an overdraft. Where did they get money to finance the business if it is not an overdraft? Class, do you get? Do you get
Yes,
now?
sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm good. Thank you.
the next one is, let's check total, so we can go, please. Total assets 2023 Pemisire, are you still on this call?
Yes, but my screen is not showing. I'm just managing to go along.
Okay, that's fine. Now,
55
total assets.
562.
Okay, please, let's confirm this. Okay, what do you have?
55 562 assets. Liability
55.
64.
Wait, Maoga. 55 what? Hello?
562.
562. What of liability?
64021.
64021. Okay, you can see now their assets, their equity and liability is higher than the total assets. Class. Their equity and liability is higher than the total asset. Now, what is the implication? Now, the implication now is that, oh, they have enough cash, they have enough money. Is that not so? Because they have enough money, because their equity, they have enough cash, their equity is higher. Those people who contribute to the business and the money they borrow from other source, is that not so? We add to their inflow, right? So they still have enough money even when they remove the total assets. Class, even when they do what? Even when they remove the total assets, they still have enough money. Please mute your mic. So we have cash balance. So there is a cash balance. So what is the cash balance? What is the difference?
$8,459.
8459.
Okay, 8459. So please, you can always confirm this figure again and again, right? So you can always confirm the figure. 8459. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You come here. Here is the cash balance. You can see. You come to this side and put your 85. 8 what? 85. 85 what? I'll be 8459, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you add it together, you will see you will have 64. When you add everything together, you have 64. Don't forget that this your cash balance of overdraft is a balancing figure. 64022, right? So this place will be nil, this side will be dash. Distinguished professional colleagues, I think we'll be able to do something today. This is 64022, and that is the end of this class. Dear professional colleagues, okay, someone wants to ask a question. I think Benjamin. Your network
A
is not
question,
clear.
and look,
Your
can you hear me?
network, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Your network is not that clear, but go ahead.
Okay, my question is about the dividend paid. So you said if dividend, you said something about declared and dividend paid. So you said if dividend is declared, it is recorded in the book as liability, right? So, and if it paid, then it will now appear in the cash flow. I don't know if I'm correct.
Yes, you are correct.
Okay, so I don't know. Why is it that the question might sound funny, but I just understand it straight. Why is it that it is not captured in the P&L in that particular year when it's going to be paid?
Okay, no,
I just
even
want
the
to know the
dividend.
reason why.
Yes, thank you. Even the dividend in the P&L, did I said the dividend is dividend. We did not say, oh, the dividend has been paid. We only used declared. We did not say the dividend has been paid. The reason why we did not use paid, it is because they declare dividend that year, they will not pay it that year. They will pay it in the subsequent what? In the subsequent year. Do you understand? So that is why I did not actually say, oh, dividend paid, because the dividend for that year was only declared, was only what? Declared. So just use the dividend declared, right? So your dividend paid will be used in your statement of cash flow, where you'll be treated as an outflow because you paid dividend, right? Why your dividend declared, because it is yet to be paid, will be treated as a liability in the statement of financial position. Don't forget, what is the objective of doing all these things? I always said it. You need to understand the objective of preparing the profit or loss. The objective of preparing the forecast for the cash flow statement is for you, for the cash flow statement, well, for the statement of profit or loss is to determine the profit, to forecast for the profit for the year, and for the statement of financial position is for you to determine, oh, are we going to have a cash that we will use to run the business on the long run, or we will have to borrow, so that you can, if they have to borrow, you will need to advise the company that, oh, the asset is high. They need to reduce the cost of what? Buying asset. They need to reduce their receivable period. They need to do this. They need to do that. They need to reduce their what? Inventory. Class, are we together? Class, are we still together?
Okay.
So are we good? Hello? Network. Hello?